Okay. Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Triveni, again for joining us. Uh, so we have today another important session, which is on this reading the balance sheet. And I think it is very important because till today, even I struggle to read sometime. So, Triveni, all yours, and people will join as and when they can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the 2 weeks which I couldn't be here because of some other commitments. Anyway, we'll start with today's session. Just a quick recap. What we did was initially we understood few of the terminologies that you have to be aware about financial management. That is when I'm talking about terminologies, I'm talking about the technical jargons that we use in finance. Then we had a session where we understood why budgeting is important. And without budgeting, if you start any work, it becomes difficult for you to manage, is what we learned. Going ahead, every company needs financial statements. What are these financial statements? Is what we'll be understanding today. To begin with, I planned to put across a small case study so that you look at the case study and understand the need for financial statement. I think you have to make me the host. Am I? Yeah, I am able to. Okay. So I am sharing a small caselet here, which is simple enough, and I'm sure all of you can easily get into the case and understand what's happening. To begin with, this is about the story of Greenleaf Cafe, a cafe which is started. The basic background about the company I'm just giving you about this cafe. Greenleaf Cafe is a small restaurant in Mysore owned by Miss Priya, who started it actually in April 2023. And the cafe became very popular for its healthy breakfast options. And by the end of the year, it was like very famous in that area. Priya was happy to see good daily sales. But you know what happened? When she applied for a bank loan to expand her cafe, the bank manager started asking her to provide the financial statements. Specifically, he was asking for the profit and loss account and a balance sheet. He also wanted to look into the cash flow statement. And Priya was literally confused because Priya was absolutely not aware about what is all this financial statements. She had all her bills in place, she had all her receipts in place, and she had the bank statement which she thought was good enough to get the loan. But she had never prepared a formal financial statement. Okay, that was her problem. And in the situation, what you can see, the actual situation is Priya then approached her accountant who prepared the financial statement for the year ending 31st March 2024 based on her records. So if you look at this is the financial data what was given to us. Total sales revenue that she had was 18 lakhs. The cost of ingredients and the supplies that she had was around 9 lakhs. And her staff salary was 4 lakh 20,000. Rent and utilities that she had paid for the whole year was 2 lakh 40. Miscellaneous operating expenses was around 90,000. The equipment that she bought, okay, that is coffee machines, furniture, etc., was around 3 lakh 50. And she had a bank loan which was outstanding, which is 2 lakh. And what cash was left out with her was around 60,000. Some of the debtors, that is the customers yet to pay to her, were 80,000. Creditors, supplies yet to be paid, to whom she had to pay, were 50,000. And her own investment for the business was around 2 lakh 40,000. This was the financial data which was available. With the help of this, we took the total revenue. We take the total revenue. Okay, if you see this, how will you arrive at profit? Or how will you arrive at understanding whether the company is, whether the cafe is profitable or not? So we have to take the revenues. From the revenue, what we do, we deduct all the expenses that is incurred and we will arrive at the profit. So if you look at this, the revenues here is 18 lakhs. Okay. What is the what do you think is the regular expenses which is incurred in the business? I can put 9 lakhs. Can I put 9 lakhs?
Yes, and staff salary,
Yeah.
rent and utilities.
Okay. Miscellaneous operating expense.
Yes, equipments. Equipment is one time, it's not a monthly expense.
So we'll not take that. That will become an asset.
Asset, yeah.
Bank loan is a
Bank loan
borrowing.
outstanding, maybe she's paying some. Yeah, so
It's a
EMIs.
borrowing. It's a liability. Okay.
Okay, it's a liability. Okay.
So if you look at this, overall we see 18 lakhs is our revenue.
Hmm.
And our net expenses, if you look into 9 lakhs plus 4 lakhs plus 2 lakh 40 plus 90,000, it's around 16 lakhs 50,000. And the net profit is 1 lakh 50,000. Here we can observe that the cafe is quite profitable and Priya was doing very well operationally. Her operations, business operations are doing good. And to understand what really Priya owned in the business, her equipment, her debtors, her cash balance is 4 lakh 90. Her liabilities that she borrowed was 2 lakh 50,000. And what was her capital? We'll just look at that. See here.
2 lakh 40 is the capital.
Yes. Priya's capital is 2 lakh 40. Creditors to whom she had to pay was 80,000. Her bank loan outstanding is 2 lakhs. So overall, it's 2 lakh 40. Then, 2 lakh 50,000 overall. Bank loan and the creditors is 2 lakh 50. Her capital is 2 lakh 40. Her profit that she's made for the present year is 1 lakh 50. So the
Okay.
balance sheet revealed that while profitable, the cafe had a tight cash position due to money tied up in debtors. See, she had to get money from the debtors around 80,000.
Yeah.
So that's not come. Okay. This is a balance sheet which will tell us what is the position of the business, what is the financial position. Now, if you go ahead, it also showed that although Priya earned profit, her cash inflows were very low. How do we analyze this? Because customers had delayed payment. So what we see here is the cash that is coming inside the business is very less because there are a lot of credit sales which is made, a lot of debtors who are yet to pay. So the main learning point here is when Priya presented the statements to the bank, the profit and loss account helped to prove that the business was earning profit. The balance sheet helped to show the financial position. The cash flow statement helped explain why cash was low despite profits. Despite the company had good profits, the cash position was quite low. The bank appreciated her transparency and sanctioned the loan with advice to improve collections from customers. So key takeaways for us is profit and loss account helps us measures the performance. It will help us to measure the performance, whether the company is doing is profitable or whether it's making losses. We can easily understand. And the balance sheet shows financial position on a specific date. And cash flow statement explains how cash is generated and used. Overall, the financial statement helps the owners, okay, it helps the owners, it helps the investors, it helps the banks to make informed decision. That is the reason why we should look at the financial statement. So if you have to discuss about this, why did Priya's bank insist on seeing a financial statement before approving a loan? I'm sure many of you would have gone through this scenario. Okay. Even though Greenleaf Cafe made a profit, why was the cash position of the company weak? Okay. And how can financial statement help Priya plan her future expansion? Can you think and give me some answers for this? Yeah? Can I get some response?
Oh,
If you see this, you can understand there's a lot of things in this. Yeah? Any suggestion? Any ideas?
मुझे लगता है बैंक तो वैसे भी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट तो देखते ही होगा लोन देने से
हाँ
पहले।
हाँ हाँ
or when we see the statement, we also come to know what is her. As a bank, I would want to know if she is capable of paying back.
Exactly. The credit position, the
Yeah.
credit worthiness of
Right.
Priya. Because
Yes.
any bank, if they have to make a decision to lend loan, they have to know the credit worthiness of the customers.
Mm.
And this statement is helping them to understand the credit worthiness. Okay? And how will you see how will you analyze the credit worthiness? How do you analyze the credit worthiness of a company? Credit worthiness is their repayment capacity. How do we analyze it?
मुझे लगता
Yeah.
है कि जैसे उनके वहां से पेमेंट्स आनी थी, मतलब पेमेंट ही स्लो है, या मतलब जो भी गैप आ रहा है पेमेंट
हाँ
एक रीजन है।
yes. Okay, there's a small document here which I prepared for a class today for my students. So that will help you get to know a lot of things when you look into this. I'll just show you this because this is something related with any company. When you are making a payment, okay, when you want to lend. See, financial analysis for credit. So, financial analysis for credit is a process of evaluating a borrower's financial performance, stability, and repayment capability. So, you want to know the company's financial performance, you want to know their financial stability, as well as the repayment capabilities. Who are these people who look for all this? Lenders like banks, NBFCs, and financial institutions, they rely on this analysis to assess the credit worthiness before sanctioning a loan or credit facility. So every business today will, at least many of the businesses will be looking out for loan. They want credit facility. So whenever we are looking for credit facility, any company you approach, they will do financial analysis of your company. And how will they do the financial analysis? Or what is the need for them to do the financial analysis? Need is to identify the borrower's capacity to repay, to minimize the risk of default, and also to ensure that funds are used productively and it is used in a proper way. So the main component that any financial institutions will look at is financial analysis, which is quantitative, and non-financial analysis, which is qualitative. When I say financial analysis, what do they look at? They look at audited financial statements for 3 years. They will look at provisional or interim statements. Suppose you are going halfway through the year, they'll ask you for provisional or interim statements. Or if you say you're just started, you're not having an audited financial statement, they want at least a statement which is signed by the auditors. They want to get something called as projected financials for term loans. See, you should give them some figures saying that, okay, in the future, I'm going to make this much of profit. So, this is something which we look at when we talk about financial data. When they say understanding the business, they want to know what is the nature of business that you are into. They want to know the industry trend, management background, as well as the seasonality of or cyclicality. Because if your business in a different cycle, what is the business cycle in which you are? They want to understand before lending any money to you. So now, what is this analysis of financial statement that companies will do? or a banker or any financial institution will do is they'll check the balance sheet to understand the financial position. They'll check the income statement to know the profitability. They'll check with the cash flow statement to understand the liquidity and cash generation. Anyway, these are all different things. So this is just a brief. Let me get back to my content that helps you to understand. Let me get into this. Okay, so I think my screen is visible to all of you. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are the things that we are going to learn today is purpose of financial statements. That is the balance sheet, the income statement, statement of retained earnings, statement of cash flows, notes to the financial statements. All these things probably I'll not be able to cover in total, but I'll just give you a bird's eye view on all this because this itself is a day-long session where we go in depth and understand each one along with examples. So I'm just giving you a brief about all these things today. So look at this. The primary financial statement is nothing but the balance sheet, the income statement, retained earnings, statement of retained earnings, statement of cash flow. We will look into what are these primary financial statements, why it is necessary. So what is the company's current financial status is what this primary statement will give us as an answer when we look at it. What was the company's operating results for the period? So you have worked for 1 year. You want to know whether you have made profit or you have made some loss. So this operating results, your operations, whether it's resulting in a good way or not, is what we will understand when we look at this income statement or the financial statements. And we also get to know how did the company obtain and use cash during the period. From where the cash is coming and how they have utilized the cash is what we understand when we look at all this financial statement. Going ahead, the balance sheet gives you what? It gives us the summary of the financial position of a company at a particular date. For example, it is like a still camera. It will give you a picture on a particular date only. So it gives you about the assets, it gives you about the liabilities, it gives you details about the owner's equity. When I say assets, it will give us an understanding about how much cash is there in the business, what are their receivables, that is the credit sales receivables that is still pending for them, what is the level of inventory, okay, what is the assets that the business is owning, the land, building, equipment, and intangible items. All these details are shown under assets. In other words, we have the source of income, source of finance, and application of finance. So the application of finance is shown on the asset side. Okay, the source of finance is the business as an entity. From where has it got all this money? It is got from the owner's equity, the owner's money. Okay, another source is liability. That means the borrowings that the company has made. This is the source of finance. So the source of finance will show net assets after all obligations have been satisfied is owner's equity. That means in simple words is nothing but the capital that is being contributed by the owner. Liability is whatever money that the company has borrowed to run its business, it's the liability. So the balance sheet will give us a clarity about what is this financial position of a company. I give a simple example to help people understand it in a simpler way. See, if you want to get somebody at your home, the girl of your house married, and the proposal is come to you, you want to know the boy's position and the boy's family. Will you just look at the boy's work details, or will you also look about the financial details? Obviously, we look at the financial details, isn't it? Suppose you find that the boy is come in a big BMW car. He has a big three bedroom villa. Okay, all this facility is there. You are really happy. But then he also says that all that house, that car is bought on loan. and he has around 1.5 crore loan. Are you ready to give your daughter or your that girl of your house to that boy? The boy is good, but he also has huge loan. What will happen at that point of time? Will you be ready? So what are we analyzing here? We are analyzing the financial position of the boy. So we are looking at his balance sheet. We are trying to identify what are his assets. We identified his assets. He has a big BMW car. He has a big house. But at the same time, his liability is very high. Okay, his capital contribution is less. When the liability is so high, you are thinking twice. Now, what is the profit for him? The salary he's earning. He may be earning a salary of, say, around 20 lakhs per annum. But is that sufficient enough? So, out of 20 lakhs, say per month, he's getting some 2 lakhs. 24 lakhs, 2 lakhs. Okay, 24 lakhs per annum, 2 lakhs is getting. Out of it, almost 80% goes off for loan repayment, EMIs. So, what is the money he's having to enjoy his life with his wife? Big question, right? So, this is the financial statement analysis that we are doing. We saw the balance sheet. We saw what is his assets. We saw what is his liability. On that day when he's come to see you, see that girl. Next thing, we wanted to analyze his income level. We saw what is his salary, that is his revenue. Then we looked at his expenses that he has to spend. And then we realized, oh no, this is not going to help my daughter or my sister or whoever. Then you will say, okay, if my daughter is working or my sister is working, then all her money also will be utilized in a different way. So they'll have very less time to or less money to enjoy. So now the decision is wavering. So you are thinking what is to be decided. That's how a financial statement will help us in making informed decision. So that is what is this. So when we look at an income statement, when we look at a balance sheet, we try to understand the financial position of the company on a particular date. Okay. Similarly, when we look at the income statement, just a minute. Let's just get to that. I can't go fully in detail because the time is less. So when we look at the income statement, it shows the results of a company's operations over a period of time. So for 1 year, what is or 1 year or 3 months, what are the company's operations? Whether the company is made profit, how much goods have the company sold, what kind of revenue the company has earned, and what are the costs that the company has incurred to undertake its operations. Okay. And what are the earnings or what is the company's profit that is arrived at? That is what we try to analyze in the income statement. What is it that the company has really made over a period of time? Okay. So income statement gives us all this. So what we look at the terminology, if you remember in the first session, I have used these words like revenues. What are the revenues? Okay. So assets created through business operations, it is called as cash or accounts receivables created through business operation. Why do I call it as asset? Because any sales I make, I will receive the money. So then it becomes cash or it will be accounts receivable, which is yet to be received. So that's the asset that is shown in my balance sheet as assets. Okay. That's why I show it like this. Expenses is assets, cash or accounts payable consumed through business operations. Okay. It is what is it that it's not assets here, it's liability here. So liabilities that has to be repaid. Okay. So net income or net loss is the revenue minus the expenses. I'll just get back here 1 minute. I'll be showing you one income statement. Look at the sales. Look at the revenue that the company is made. There is also other revenue. There is some expenses which is incurred. Always you should remember in any business, sales minus cost of goods sold gives you gross profit. From this gross profit, we will be deducting the operational like office and administrative expenses and any finance charges, which will give me the net profit. Actually, this is like a workshop, so where I give you the numbers, I make you do it for your own company. But within half an hour, I'm just giving you a bird's eye view on all these things. We can do it in a different elongated way in a different session. So income statement helps us to understand how much income is earned by the company. Just quick look at the balance sheet here. Please look at this. Balance sheet has a limitation. Its assets recorded at historical value, and it only recognizes assets that can be expressed in monetary terms, and owner's equity is usually less than the company's market value. Okay, I'll just go back to another thing that I want you to see here. Look at this. This is a balance sheet example. What are the assets? I have just showed you for a company. Land is 200, accounts receivable is 100, and the cash balance they have is 40. So total assets it's 340 here. Look at this. The liabilities that the company has, accounts payable is 50. I don't know whether you are aware about the terms called accounts receivable and accounts payable. Okay, just to make it simple for you, what is accounts receivable? What is accounts payable? Suppose I am running a business, and when I am running a business, I am manufacturing goods. I am manufacturing, say, this mouse. I am buying raw materials from Preeti, Madam Preeti. Okay, and I'll tell Preeti Madam that I'll pay the money after 2 months. Okay, for the goods, for the raw materials that I have purchased. The money that I from my business have to pay to Preeti becomes my accounts payable. It is an account which I have to pay. Okay, and in turn, I am selling my mouse to Jyoti. Jyoti Madam here. And Jyoti Madam buys from me 1 lakh rupees worth of mouse, but she will say, I will pay you only after 1 month. Okay. The money is what I have to receive from Jyoti. So that is my accounts receivable. Okay. So it is, if suppose she would have paid cash, it would be shown as my asset, as a cash sale, as a cash balance. Okay. That is what this is about. So balance sheet will give me a picture about what are the accounts payable and accounts receivable, and it will also let me know, or it will also let a person understand what is the money the company has invested, that the owner has invested. So that is the capital stock. And the retained earnings. What is this retained earnings? Retained earnings is the profit of the business which is retained for future business plan. Okay, for further expansion. That is retained earnings. And what is this retained earnings? How do I arrive at this retained earnings? So that is what we see in this statement of retained earnings. So retained earnings is something that we have to understand, which is used by the business for the expansion, okay, or for future use. So retained earnings is nothing but it's a statement which will help us understand what is the profit that the company is planning to retain. Suppose in the previous example of Preeti, we saw 1,50,000 as the profit. Out of 1,50,000, if Preeti is reinvesting 50,000 to her cafe, she wants to retain that 50,000 as retained earnings for future. The actual profit now becomes 1 lakh. Profit available becomes 1 lakh. Okay, so it's a business planning or business future planning which is done by businesses for the future activities. Okay, retained earnings is a must in all businesses. So look at this, how we arrive at retained earning is given here. So this is in case of a big company, a joint stock company. But when we are dealing with smaller business, the approach will be little different. Okay, so this is about retained earnings, which we talk about. And this retained earnings gives us an understanding about how much money the company has for its expansion or for its future, for future contingencies or any business expenses or business expansion or diversification plans, it can be easily understood with the help of the kind of retained earnings they have. Another important statement is statement of cash flows, which will help us understand how much cash has the business collected and how much cash has the business paid out during a period. Normal payment happens because of operating activities and or investing activities and financing activity. Every business activity is classified into 3 activities: operating, investing, and financing. What is operating? Operating is your day-to-day business activities. Investing is when you're buying some assets, an investment made for an asset, or for whenever we say, for example, I have bought a laptop, I've used the laptop for 3 years, then I want to sell it off and buy it. So when I'm selling off, there is sale of an asset because of which I'm getting some cash which is flowing in. When I'm buying, cash is going out. There's a cash outflow. When I'm selling, there is a cash inflow. We look at that. Okay. Financing is for business, I need some finance. So either I raise capital through equity or I can raise capital from bank loans. So when I get a bank loan, cash is coming in. When I'm repaying the bank loan, cash is flowing out. That comes under financing activity. So all this repayment receipt is shown in the cash flow statement. Actually, this is complementary to income statement because income statement gives us a profit, but cash flow statement indicates what is the actual ability of the company to generate the income in the future. That's why we prepare a income statement. So we prepare a cash flow statement. Cash flow statement is a very important statement. I'll just show you one image which will give you clarity. So we look at the operating activities. What are the inflows? Operating activities, what are the outflow? Investing activity inflow, and then investing activities outflow. Financing activities inflow and financing activities outflow. The summary of this is your, all this put up together, we'll get to know the cash balance of the business. These are the important statements that is prepared to understand the business position, business profits or not. Whether the business is profitable or not is understood through this. Notes to financial statement is something which conveys how we have recorded our business statements, financial statements. Okay. Notes is a must as per GAAP. GAAP is nothing but generally accepted accounting principle, which lays some guidelines as to how you have to prepare your financial statement. This is something which is prepared. Okay. So with this, I would like to conclude today's session telling you about what is the need for financial statement and what are the major contents that comes in the financial statements. Okay. So if there are any further questions, I can answer it. But to understand how you work on this, how you prepare this, we need to have a workshop where we can learn all these things in detail. Yeah. Any questions? Any doubts? I'm here to explain. Take it up.
Didn't realize there was so much behind this accounts.
Okay.
The language itself is so different.
Because if you're not doing it in the right way, making some informed decisions for your businesses will become difficult. When you're informed about these, then you can make very good decisions. You can understand what is all these things, what are all these things telling you, what your financial statement is telling you, and it becomes easy for you to make a decision.
Right.
Yeah.
You see, now we can't say that we don't know head and tail of accounts. At least we can say we know the head of accounts.
Yeah,
See, that's why
something.
when we do this for management graduates, some of them will be like number allergic. They say we don't want to learn finance, we don't want to learn accounts. But then all the students come back and say, ma'am, those things really help us, even though I'm in marketing, even though I'm in HR, even though I'm in operations. I am looking back at the balance sheet, I'm looking back at my budget, I'm looking back at my income statement to understand what I need to project for the future. So it is a base for every activity in a business. Okay, in any position you are. So you have to know about this in detail so that nobody else will take you for granted and they'll not, they'll not fake over the data.
Right. Yeah. How we wish we would have had one, in-person session.
No, there you would hands-on do it. Then it
Yeah.
becomes easier for you to
Right.
understand
Right.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
When I do it for Awake, we will have hands-on session. They literally write down their business plan. They write down their business borrowings. They write down their capital investment. They write down what are the assets, everything they do, and then they realize, oh, this is what is asset. Oh, this is what is liability. The
Yeah.
terminology they're not able to understand.
Right.
When they do it, they realize it. Yeah.
So
Because they
guys,
say we
any
always depend on somebody, so now that dependency is not there. Now I know something is what they say at the end. Yeah.
Preeti, I think we both being in Bangalore, we should go and attend one of the sessions.
Definitely. Yeah.
any questions, guys?
I don't have a question, but I would just say it's a response because I've been working in the NGO sector for many, many years, and my work is to create project proposals.
Okay.
And I also create budget. But now I understand when I look at these things, whatever you have mentioned, um, I didn't. I never created a budget with this kind of a lens.
Okay.
Yeah. So how much of a difference it can make is what I'm just trying to think.
The awareness is important. You have to be aware.
Right. Right. But yeah, thank you so much. I mean, I'm always been allergic to finance and accounting. I would say it's not my cup of tea, but I think I would love to step into that area also.
Definitely. It's a must for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anybody? Did you understand everything or you have not understand anything? All of you?
Sometimes it can be heavy also, just trying
जो
to
ज्योति जी
absorb.
बोल रहे हैं ना कि हाँ काफी मतलब मेरा भी यही हाल है कि कुछ भी मैथ्स वाला होता है कि कोई और देख ले। लेकिन हाँ ये अब ये हो गया कि सीए से कभी बात करनी हो तो ये थोड़े बहुत वर्ड्स हम बोल सकते हैं, भैया ये चीजें कि हमें भी पता है।
So they will not take you for granted.
At least we know what to ask for, and so I think they're all ready with the thing, and we are waiting for the next session, Triveni.
Sure.
Yeah, and it was really wonderful session even today.
Okay, thank you.
It was very
I tried to
enlightening.
make it as simple as possible because I didn't
Definitely.
wanted you to get hooked up with all the technical terms.
Hmm.
I
No, that is
know.
what is required because I remember there was a time when I would get confused with the credit and debit itself. So, that word itself was confusing to me. But
Yeah.
so that's how it goes. And more and more we learn and more clarity we get into, how we take it further from there.
Sure,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we
Thank you
look
for your
forward for
valuable
the
time. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
look forward for
We
the
can
next.
have a day-long session once for all your members, if at all, if they are interested.
Yeah, we will do that.
And we can plan uh, based on your requirements, we can plan your session. Looking at what is the major requirements, we can look at that. Now, in my next session, I would like to give a bit about what are the funding options and financial growth strategies that people can take over for their business. What are your funding options that you can look for? and what are the financial growth strategies you can plan for your business. So that will be our next session.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
another interesting one.
Yeah, really
मैंने
looking
अभी
forward to it.
फंडिंग के लिए वो दी है अपनी फाइल। अब देखते हैं आपके सेशन तक ये लोग कितना
Okay,
क्या
okay.
करके दिखाते हैं।
Okay, we'll have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Triveni, again.
Thank you. Okay then.